High school basketball is back on Beaver Media and the Delco Preps channel. Tonight from Royerton, Indiana, the South Adams Starfires take on the Delta Eagles. Good evening and hi again, everyone. Brian Beaver along with you again tonight. Happy New Year 2018 as we get set for our first broadcast calendar year. Welcome aboard. We're glad to have you along for the ride. This is a contest that matches a 3-5 overall Starfires team and an 8-2 Delta team. The Starfires had a 3-game losing streak earlier in the season. They're coming in off a loss. They have not played since December 22nd when they lost to Belmont 51-50. That close game theme I'll tell you more about in just a moment. Delta opened with a road loss at Connorsville, ran off 8 wins in a row, but last night dropped a road decision in their conference to New Palestine, 63-48. So Mark Detweiler's team comes in at 8-2 tonight. He's in his first year coaching at Delta after many years at Randolph Southern and also Union City, many years, 17, I believe. So Coach Detweiler has his kids playing pretty well. They're led by an outstanding scorer in Josh Bryan, who went for 27 last night and comes in tonight averaging 21-6 a game for the season. He's having a terrific year, and he's an underclassman, so get used to hearing the name Josh Bryan when you hear the broadcast call for Delta Eagles basketball. He's an outstanding young player, and I'm sure he'll have a pretty good game here tonight, other things being equal. You hear the crowd behind me as the teams come back on the floor, about 3 minutes left in the warm-up period. You'll hear 3 names a lot tonight for South Adams. Their leading scorer is Cody Fike, who comes in at over 13 points a game. They'll get to 11-plus out of a kid from the Netherlands by the name of Lars Intgroen, and they get about 10 points a game from James Arnold, who's just a freshman. Of course, Delta with that one dominant scorer in Josh Bryan, but Brady Hunt and Josh Greenberg both averaging around 8 points a game and both capable really of going for double that, 15 or 16 on any given night if the situation calls for them to put up more shots. Going to be interesting to see how Delta approaches this game tonight. Last night, they gave up a dozen 3-point field goals. New Palestine hit 12 of 24 from behind the arc in that win over Delta. I know Coach Detweiler will probably say we got to defend the arc better than that, fellas. And we'll see if they make that a point of emphasis tonight. Another point of emphasis is that Delta gave up its high water mark in points allowed for the season last night was 63 down at New Pal. They've allowed their 2 highest point games of the season back-to-back coming into this one with Alexandria before this and then New Pal last night. So defensively, they've got some work to do if they want to shore up what's an otherwise pretty solid basketball team here in the early stages of 2018. This will be Delta's last game before the boys county tournament next week. They'll play that entire tourney on their home floor here at Delta High School. The girls county tournament next week will be at Yorktown through the first 2 rounds, and then the championship game in the girls tournament will also be here at Delta a week from tonight. But a lot going on. It's going to be nice to see the Eagles for the first time for this season for me, and I'm looking forward to it. They're a pretty good basketball team. Last year's team started 11-2 and then only won 14 games for the season. This team has won 8 of its first 10. We'll see if they can do better than that down the line. We'll take our first time out when we come back. The starting lineups and the opening tip of tonight's game. It's the Starfires and the Eagles next on Beaver Media and the Delco Preps channel. Don't go away.
From Jamestown to Jonesville, from North Salem to South Milford, from River Forest to Grass Creek. No matter where you live in Indiana, you can enjoy high school sports coverage at its very best on the IHSAA Champions Network. presented by Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance. It's 35 powerhouse radio stations, Fox Sports Indiana, and the World Wide Web, combining their vast resources to blanket the state, the Midwest, and the world with the purest, most riveting presentation of high school sports in America. From Anderson to Attica, Kendallville to Kokomo, follow the high school sports that make our state great all season long. Thank you, Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance, and welcome home.
The world of high school sports is filled with athletes who possess the eye of the tiger and whose focus and determination enables them to soar like eagles. The games themselves can't be played without a few zebras. Becoming an IHSAA official is a great way to be part of the action and to support Indiana's healthy tradition of high school athletics. Visit IHSAA.org and get in the game. This message brought to you by the IHSAA and the high schools in your community.
A wintry Friday night. Gymnasium in a tight-knit community. A shot taken. History made. A state of delirium? No. A state of Indiana. High school sports. Pure spirit. Pure sport. Pure Indiana. This message brought to you by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the high schools in your community.
Welcome back to Delta High School. The national anthem has been played by the Delta Pep Band, and we're just about set for the start of this one tonight. Brian Beaver along with you again. Glad to have you along for the ride. We'll let you listen up full as the two teams are introduced courtside.
The Starfires, 22, Nebraska, 33, Nebraska, 34, 34, and 50, another. Turn to the Starfires, they are 5 seed, number 20, David Musselman. Out of guard, 600 freshman, number 42, James Musselman. Out of forward, 16 seed, number 12, Patrick Newman. Out of forward, 6'5" senior, number 32, Jody Pike. Out of number 55, Spencer Clark. And they're going to start by the first season, Smith Lane, position like Phil Provost, John Silverson, Declan, and Greg Hall. Now, as we consider this for the players, we're going to Eagles. Fielders, 33, Paul Lee, Quincy Miller, Isaac Brady, Taylor Shaw, Wesley Hartman, Sarah Romano, Jason Liu, Claire Pinkle, David Beckley, David Kemp, Sarah Moore, Melissa McCoy, David Gould, Willie Longman, Laura Hoffman, Billy Pence, and Abby Willis. Now let's get the Eagles. 1, St. Box. 4, Russell Williams. 15, Ben Lehman. 10, Peter Street. 22, Chase Gardner. 33, Vince Sullivan. 40, David Bates. 28, everyone, Highland Sackner. 30, Zach Gardner. And 62, 55, Roman. Guard, Highland Sackner. 30, Josh Greenberg. And for 60, number 10, Tyler Roman. And the field goal, 6-4, from the 33,
There you have the pregame introductions. In case they were a little hard to hear, distorted for South Adams Starfires, they'll start Brandon Newman, a 6'2 senior, David Musselman, a 5'9 senior, Cody Fike, the leading scorer at 6'5 and a senior, James Arnold, 6'1 and a freshman, Spencer Clark, 5'11 and a junior. Delta will go with Garner, Bryan, Wilburn, Greenberg, and Hunt. They are in the center circle ready for the toss. Here it comes, and the tip controlled by Hunt and the Delta Eagles. They'll open the night facing a man-to-man defense by the Starfires. Out on top, Josh Bryan, ball fake, three-pointer on the way, no good. Rebound fought for, taken down by Wilburn. Delta will get another possession here, or keep this one alive. Here's a drive to the paint, a runner off the glass, no good by Garner. Rebound by the Starfires as they bring it down the floor in the first 30 seconds of the game. Delta also man-to-man defensively against the South Adams attack. Here's Clark out on top, free for a three-pointer, off the front iron, no good. Rebound battle, a whistle, and we may have our first foul of the game. South Adams, it'll go against Cody Fike. Starfires don't want him in foul trouble. And with 45 seconds ticked off the clock, Delta has another possession on the far end of the floor. We'll call the games here from the end line, so they're at the other end of the floor as I look at it. Three-pointer from the corner, wide open, good. Splash down by Brady Hunt. Delta leads 3-0 a minute into this one, and now Delta showing some backcourt pressure. Here come the Starfires, knocked away, stolen away, turnover Starfires. Here comes Delta on the break. They'll slow it down and set things up. This is Wilburn, jab step, drives, lays it up, off the rim, no good. It spun out. Rebound by Arnold of South Adams. Here he comes down the floor, dribbling all the way to the paint, to the hole, lays it up. No, off the front iron. Rebound by Delta. They'll push the pace quickly. Three-pointer on the way. Good. Josh Bryan. Triple of his own. 6-0 Delta early on a pair of three-point goals. Here comes South Adams through the pressure. Pull-up jumper from the free throw line by Arnold. No good. Rebound by Delta. Here comes Josh Bryan quickly ahead to Wilburn. He'll drive to the paint. Double team fires. It goes in. It crawls over, and it looks like it'll count. And a chance for a three-point play. They will count the goal. Wow. Foul goes against Brandon Newman of South Adams. The field goal good and count by Tyler Wilburn. It's 8-0 Delta. 2 minutes into the game. Here comes the free throw. It's good. So they're scoring in threes on the Delta side of the ledger. And it's 9-0 Eagles. Spencer Clark checks out for South Adams, and checking in, Victor Vasquez. Delta with a big 9-0 lead here. Here comes the ball to the forecourt, a whistle on a double team by the Eagles. That should be the first foul of the night against Delta, and it is. Josh Greenberg will pick up the personal foul. First foul of the game by Greenberg, and the ball comes in the forecourt as the Starfires attack with 5:45 to go first quarter, trailing Delta 9-0. Delta sticky man-to-man on defense. Musselman got it away to Fike. They'll work it back on top to Arnold, guarded closely by Greenberg. Far side to Vasquez. He works on Wilburn. Fans wanted a 5 count, didn't get it. Starfires being very deliberate. Here's a drive, a steal, but it's picked back up and now taken away again by Delta. Second turnover here in the first period by South Adams. They're a hot mess right now. Ball on top for Delta, driving to the paint, turning around, firing, hitting. Here's Josh Bryan. Josh has 5 points. It's 11-0 Eagles with 4:55 to go first quarter. Starfires need a bucket bad. They break the press this time, Starfires do. They've got it now on the far wing. And a drive to the paint, beautiful spin move and a shot up, no good. That time by Brandon Newman. Delta comes down the floor, long lead pass. Greenberg back out on top. Hunt drives the paint, little finger roll, good. 13-0 start by Delta. Nice bucket by Hunt. Timeout, Starfires. We'll take the break. 4:32 to go first quarter. It's Delta 13, South Adams nothing on Beaver Media and on the Delco Preps channel.
A 50-50 ball. An elbow to the ribs. A sudden flash of tempers.
In sports, anything can happen in the heat of the moment. The Indiana High School Athletic Association reminds you that when cooler heads prevail, everybody wins. When the game heats up, will you keep your cool? This message brought to you by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the high schools in your community.
Welcome back to the ball game. First time out of the night burned by Trent Lehman, the first-year head coach up at South Adams. He's seen enough of that. 13-0 start to this game for Delta. The Eagles have been clicking on all 8 cylinders. South Adams has struggled out of the chute. Long way to go, though. Quickly for Delta, 5 points for Josh Bryan, 5 for Brady Hunt, 3 for Tyler Wilburn. Inbounding and bringing it the full 84 feet. The Starfires nearly turned it over in the backcourt, but the ball went out of bounds off a Delta defender on a trap. And Delta showing some pressure as they pick him up in the backcourt. Ball does come in now to Arnold. Arnold guarded closely by Zach Garner. Left-hand dribble here to the near side. He'll reverse himself across the timeline through a pick, off his foot, out of bounds. Third turnover by the Starfires. As Arnold dribbled it off his foot, out of bounds. Delta inbounds across the way at midcourt, leading 13-0 with 4:20 to go first quarter. Pass comes in to Zach, quarterback Garner. Delta has gone to its bench here early. They've got Wesley Wooden in there. He handles the ball. Gets it back out on top. Hunt. Outside the arc, drives, Euro step, jump step, stops, hits off the glass. Hunt with 7 points. 15-0 game. Delta in a whitewash with 3:50 to go first quarter. Here's a double team, nearly a steal by Delta. Arnold picks it up, needs help. Cross-court pass to a teammate who fires 3. Got it. Bam, Grant Besser on the board for the first time tonight. The first points of the game by South Adams to make it 15-3 with 3:30 to go first quarter. That took forever for the Starfires to get on track. Let's see if they've got a run in them. Dribbling out on top. Nice feed to the baseline from Garner. Now they kick it to the corner. Three-pointer. Good! Holy smoke. Brady Hunt. 10 points in the first quarter already. 18-3 Delta. I don't know what Mama made him for dinner, but she needs to keep making it. Here are the Starfires. Besser has his three-pointer blocked by Garner. Starfires get the offensive glass, though. They go to work. Arnold free. Three-corner here near side. No good on an air ball. Rebound Delta. They'll work it quickly down the floor. Here comes Bryan, free for 3. Got it! Josh Bryan. 8 points in the game. 21-3 Delta. Everything is going in the hole right now for the Eagles. Unbelievable start. Leading by 18 points with 2.5 to go first quarter. Starfires in the forecourt. They'll attack. Here's a runner. Going to be a foul, I believe, before the shot. The foul belongs to Delta. I think they're going to tag Zach Garner with that one. They do. First foul against Zach. Second by the team. Both teams have 2. Inbounds play under the basket, just to the left of the basket, along the key for the Starfires. They throw it in. It's retrieved by Groen. They try to feed it to him. Throw it away. Fast break Delta. Here they come. They turn it over for the first time. So with 2:10 to go in the period, the Starfires have the ball trailing 21-3. Right here in front of me. Vasquez outside the arc, guarded closely here on the Delta end of the floor. Lob pass inside for Groen, the kid from the Netherlands. He turns it up, can't get it. Rebound Delta. Josh Bryan with the board. He's the Eagles' leading rebounder for the season. Drives it to the corner of the key. Fouled before he could get it away. Going to be a common foul against South Adams. That's on Cody Fike, their best offensive player. He has 2 quick fouls. We'll see how long they leave him out there. Delta inbounds in the forecourt across the way. It comes in now and comes out on top to Josh Bryan, who jab stepped it, gave it left side. Hunt fakes, drives, fires on the run, can't get it off the side of the glass. Intgrown with the rebound for the Starfires. Here they come with a $1.50 to go first quarter, trailing Delta 21-3. Out here outside the wing, they work it on the left side of the offense. That's Besser. High post pass to Intgrown. He'll drive it. Has it knocked away. We've got a whistle, and it's going to be a Delta foul. But a common foul. Josh Bryan picks up the personal. His first foul. Both teams with 3 now in the first period. It'll be another inbound play under the basket for the Starfires. They lob it into Intgrown. He drives. One dribble. Tries to go up with it. Another whistle, another Delta foul. This one may be on Hunt. Here's the official giving the signal. Foul's going to be on Josh Bryan. Check it. Incorrect. We'll straighten up for you in just a second. They're a little late getting them on the board here. Starfires fire. 3, no good by Vasquez. Rebound Delta. Wilburn brings it down the floor himself. Stops on the right side. Feeds the corner, gets it right back. Now out on top, they swing up far side. Hunt thought about another 3. Didn't shoot it, though. Here's Wilburn with 55 seconds to go in the period. Delta slowing things down, leading 21-3. Greenberg. Petty kicks it cross court to Wilburn. Still man-to-man defensively by the Starfires. Long 3, straight out on top. In and out, no good by Greenberg. Check it by Wilburn. And here come the Starfires. They trail by 18 points here in the late first period. Vasquez has it in the near corner. Looks inside. Goes low post to Clark. 2 dribbles. Feeds far side. 3-pointer up by Besser. Got it. Besser has been the offense for the Starfires. Delta still leads 21-6. They got the ball in 10 seconds to work on the clock here. Delta trying to get a shot. Hunt fires from the wing for 3. No good. It was short. Rebound to the Starfires, but it's taken out of bounds with 0.7 of a second to go in the period. Delta going to the bench. Checking out is Chase Gardner, and checking in is Nate Sutherland. So an inbounds pass, a catch and shoot with 0.7 left. Hunt out on top, fires a 3. No. And that ends the period. Great 8 minutes for Delta. We go to the break. After 1, Delta 21, South Adams 6 on Beaver Media and on the Delco Preps channel.
The clutch shot, the timely hit, the perfect pitch, the heroic catch, the brilliant save, the photo finish. The Indiana High School Athletic Association would like to remind you that the biggest plays in sports matter little if you don't practice sportsmanship. Character counts. Practice sportsmanship. This message brought to you by the IHSAA and the high schools in this community.
Welcome back to Delta High School. Brian Beaver along with you tonight here on the Delco Preps channel and Beaver Media, and a great first period performance by Delta. The Eagles lead South Adams 21-6 at the end of a period. All 6 points for South Adams were scored by the same guy. That's Grant Besser, who came off the bench to stroke a couple of 3-pointers, and that's been it for his team. They haven't led. We haven't had a tie. It's been that kind of game. Delta, all kinds of offense. Josh Bryan with 8 points. Tyler Wilburn with an old-fashioned 3-point play, the and one variety. Brady Hunt with 10 points. What a night so far for Delta. So we move to period 2. Starfires will inbound the ball. Finally comes in, and it's thrown away. Another turnover. Fast break opportunity on the other end, and the layup is up and good. Josh Bryan gets the bucket. He has a 10-point night. It's 23-6. Delta way out in front. Man-to-man defense and a tight, sticky one by Delta. Starfires on the attack. Here's the runner off the glass. Good. Banked in and a beauty by James Arnold. His first 2 of the night to make it 23-8. Quickly the other way. Delta drives it to the paint. Kick out on top to Wilburn. Free throw jumper. Got it. Tyler Wilburn with 5 points. 25-8 now, the Delta lead with 40 seconds or so gone in the second quarter. Good game so far for the Eagles. They've looked very sharp coming off the loss last night at New Pal. Starfires with the ball. Arnold picks up his dribble, feeds low post, knocked away. 6th turnover of the game already by the Starfires. Quickly the other way. Wilburn leaves it for Bryan. His 3 is off the iron, no good. Rebound brought down by Besser of South Adams as they bring it to the near forward court. He'll drive it all the way to the paint, has it knocked away. Another turnover. Delta taking it down the floor fast. A steal attempt by a Starfire player. That was Clark. A semi hitting a compact car there. But it goes out of bounds. They're going to call a foul on Delta. The foul is called on Delta's Nate Sutherland. Eagles have 5 team fouls, 3 team fouls committed so far by the Starfires as they try to get untracked. In the far corner, that's Besser, the only guy who has scored so far in a black uniform. Out on top now, near side to Vasquez on the wing. He works on Sutherland. Side Besser, 3-pointer, good. That's his spot. He drains another one. 9 points in the game for Grant Besser, and it's 25-11, Delta over Grant Besser at this point. He's the only offense the Starfires brought down the highway tonight so far. Delta attacking, leading by 14. Here's a drive, a little teardrop, no good by Garner. Rebound Starfires. Here come the guys from South Adams. Vasquez lost the handle. Skip pass near corner here to Arnold, who nearly lost it. Does throw it away back in bounds. Turnover by the Starfires on the other end. It's a runner off the glass, no good by Wilburn. Rebound comes to the Starfires. They'll push the pace, trailing 25-11 with 5.5 minutes to go before halftime. It's been all guys in white so far. Here's a drive to the elbow. Arnold kicks near side. Besser this time on the near side. He's a left-handed shooter. He'll drive it baseline. Picks it up. Needs help. Looks out on top. Works it out on top to Intgrown. Back out to Vasquez. Way out beyond the volleyball line on the right wing. He'll dribble between the rings. Takes it far side to Arnold. Guarded very closely by Greenberg. High post feed. Drive to the paint. Fake. Fire. Up. Got it. First field goal of the night for Brandon Newman. And it makes it a 25-13 game. Delta out in front by 12. Eagles slowing things down a little bit on this trip. Feed in the paint. Bryan, double team, kicks it. Near corner. 3-pointer up. Short off the front iron by Greenberg. It'll go out of bounds across the way in the corner. And it looks like it'll stay with Delta. Eagles have used a lot of players so far tonight. Very frequent substitutions by Coach Detweiler so far. Shot on the other end, no good. Rebound by South Adams. They'll bring it up the floor, trailing 25-13. You don't want to let them creep back into this one. Another Starfires turnover. I've got them for 9. Delta has only turned it over once. Here's a drive to the alley. Knocked away. Turnover Delta on the drive that time by Wilburn. Shot blocked at the other end, but laid in on the rebound by Intgrown. His first 2 of the night. And hold the phone. Just that fast. We've got ourselves a 10-point game and a Delta timeout. 4:07 to go, second quarter. It's Delta 25, South Adams 15 on Beaver Media and the Doco Preps channel.
Everybody loves a good sports movie.
I've seen Rudy 10 times.
I love Hoosiers.
If there were a sports movie about steroids, it might be called The Myth, The Truth, and the Consequences. The myth is that steroids are good for your game. The truth is they're bad for you and the sport you play. And the long-term consequences on your health are downright ugly.
That's one movie I think I'll skip.
High school sports. Pure spirit, pure sport. This message brought to you by the IHSAA and the high schools in this community.
Welcome back to the ball game. Coming out of the Delta timeout, 25-15. Eagles still lead by 10, but it was 21-3 not too long ago. Now it's 25-15. Nice run by South Adams to work their way back in it. We're halfway through the second period. Here's a skip pass to the corner. Now high post to Hunt. Delta attacking. 3 ball on the way. No good by Bryan. Got his own rebound. Looks inside. Now back out on top into the far corner. Hunt for 3. Rattles out. Wanted to go down. Didn't, though. Rebound Starfires. They can cut it to 7 if they could get a triple on this run. Starfires attacking. Low post feed to Ingrown. He'll go up off the glass. Can't get it, but he's fouled. He'll shoot free throws. Delta will send him to the line. Foul. Josh Bryan, who has his second foul. It'll be free throw time for Lars Ingrown. Missed the first one. He'll have another one. He's from the Netherlands. His last name is spelled I-N-apostrophe-T space G-R-O-E-N. Got the second one. A 1 out of 2 trip for him. His third point of the game. And the lead is down to single digits now at 25-16 for Delta. On the other end, they nearly throw it out of bounds. They do throw it back in, and the Starfires pick it up briefly. Now it's a scramble on the floor. Delta will come away with it. They'll stay on their end. Good hustle that time by the Eagles. We're down to the 3:05 mark, a 25-16 game now. Delta with the ball and the 9-point lead. Drive to the paint. Runner up off the glass. Good! He's fouled. They'll count the bucket on a beautiful drive by Zach Garner. The game. The foul is on Ingrown, his first, 4th on the Starfires, and at the line for a chance at a 3-point play is Zach Garner. And he rattles the free throw out, no good. So he'll settle for 2 as the ball is knocked out of bounds across the way, and it goes to South Adams. So a 27-16 score now, with 2:55 to go before halftime. Delta had a 15-0 run to open the game. Since then, the Starfires have kind of found themselves, and they've played their way right back into it. Pressure out on top. Pass thrown inside off the backboard. There's a 3-man scramble on the floor. Ingrown has it. Timeout called by his coach, Trent Lehman, who bails him out with a TO. We'll take the break. 2:38 to go, second quarter. Delta 27, South Adams 16 on Beaver Media and the Delco Preps channel.
It's the kid in grade school who paints her face blue and white before every home game.
It's the accountants and salesmen who give up their Friday evenings to referee.
It's the cashier at the corner convenience store who wears school colors on every game day.
What makes high school sports here in Indiana so special? They do. You do.
We all do.
This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
It's Delta 27, South Adams 16 as we get set to rejoin live action off the timeout by South Adams. The Starfires will have an inbounds play in their forward court just to the left of the goal. They've been there 3 or 4 times. They'll inbound it looking for an easy hoop. Comes deep to Vasquez, way out near the timeline to Besser. Now back to Vasquez in the corner on the far side. Low post pass to Fike. Drives, dribbles, puts it up. He'll have free throws. The foul will be on Delta. Free throw time for Cody Fike. The foul was called on Brady Hunt. First free throw rattles around and goes in for Fike. He's off the schneid with his first point of the night. He'll have one more to make it 27-17. Delta with 17 fouls now. So for the next 2.5 minutes, South Adams will shoot one in the bonus every time they're fouled on the floor. Another free throw good by Fike. He got both of them. And it's 27-17. Make it 27-18. Got to trust myself and not the scoreboard. 2:15 to go in the half. Delta out in front by 9. 27-18. Way out on top between the circles on the dribble is Zach Garner. Pass on the wing. Back out to him. On top on the point. He'll drive it. Kick it on the wing. Out on top now. Hunt fakes. Back out on top to Greenberg. Far side for Bryan. Tried to drive. Nice defense. Cut him off by Fike. Delta working for a good shot. They drive to the paint. Kick pass to the baseline. Here's a drive. Way up, back out on top. The Hunt. Lane is open. He'll drive the lane and score on a beautiful drive. He went right down Broadway, did Hunt, for his 12th point. Make it 29-18. He went right to the path. I could see it was wide open, and he made a great play. Starfires with the ball, trailing 29-18. Minute 20 to go, first half. Out on top, Arnold's pass knocked away. They'll call a kick as Zach Garner went down to block the bounce pass, and kick violation stops the clock at 1:17, and the Starfires will inbound right next to the Delta bench. Comes in to Arnold, guarded by Garner. He'll dribble right side, gets to Vasquez right back to Arnold. Delta showing a little bit of 2-3 zone here on defense with 1:05 to go in the second quarter. Arnold near side. Besser thought about a three behind a screen, didn't take it. Clock down under a minute at 55. Starfires trailing 29-18. They need a hoop here. They'd love to go into the locker room with under 10 points in the gap. Clock down to 45. Very deliberate on this trip are the Starfires. Besser free, open for three. Far side, he got it again. Same spot. Grant Besser, 12 points. It's 29-21 on the other end. Here's a drive, a hoop attempt. No good, it rolled out. Wouldn't go down for Wooden, but he's fouled and he'll shoot. Foul on South Adams. Lars Intgren, his second foul. Free throw opportunity for Delta. The first one by Wooden is up and good. Wesley's first point in the game. He'll get another. Delta's lead now at 30-21 with 29.6 to go in the second quarter. Wesley's second free throw rattles out, but Hunt picks up the board, throws it back inbounds. Delta will maybe play for the final shot on this trip. Clock under 20, 40 feet from the basket. Zach Garner holding the ball out near the volleyball sideline, dribbles between his legs, looks for a high screen, takes it right, out to Hunt. Three-pointer on the way. Good! Brady Hunt putting on a show. 15 points, and on the other end, Vasquez skids and turns it over. 10th turnover of the first half by the Starfires. Delta has only turned it over twice, and with 1/10 of a second to go, they'll just throw it in and probably say, get out of here. Three-quarter court shot is up. Nearly went in. Garner threw it off the top of the backboard, and we've reached halftime. Good opening half for Delta. The Eagles open the game 15-0, and they'll go to the locker room leading at halftime 33-21. Sensational performance in the first half by the Eagles. I'm not sure they can play better, much better anyway, than they just did for 16 minutes. We'll take the halftime break as they go to intermission. The Eagles lead the Starfires 33-21 on Beaver Media and the Delco Preps channel.
From Jamestown to Jonesville, from North Salem to South Milford, from River Forest to Grass Creek. No matter where you live in Indiana, you can enjoy high school sports coverage at its very best on the IHSAA Champions Network, presented by Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance. It's 35 powerhouse radio stations, Fox Sports Indiana, and the World Wide Web, combining their vast resources to blanket the state, the Midwest, and the world with the purest, most riveting presentation of high school sports in America. From Anderson to Attica, Kendallville to Kokomo, follow the high school sports that make our state great all season long. Thank you, Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance, and welcome home.
Hey, honey, is this your course schedule for the fall?
Yep.
Let me see here. English, good. Chemistry, trigonometry, excellent. World history, I love world history. Baseball? Wait, baseball? Baseball isn't a course, honey.
Well, sure it is, Mom. High school sports are about so much more than winning and losing. They teach lessons that can't be taught in a classroom, like accountability and self-discipline, the value of teamwork. I may not be earning a grade, but I'm learning how to compete later in life. Isn't that what getting a good education is all about?
Yes, of course it is. I was just testing you.
What can teenagers here in Indiana learn from participating in high school sports? Plenty, as it turns out. That's why they're called education-based athletics.
High school sports. There's so much more than just a game.
This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
It's your ticket to an evening out that won't break the bank. It's your ticket to explosive runs, acrobatic catches, and game-saving tackles. It's your ticket to an experience you'll never forget. It's your ticket to the IHSAA State Football Tournament. Attending a tournament football game is a fun and affordable way to see sports played the way they were meant to be, for the pure love of it. The Indianapolis Colts and the Indiana High School Athletic Association invite you to be part of Indiana's rich tradition of high school sports. Pure spirit, pure sport, pure state tournament excitement. The drama is set to kick off. Do you have your ticket?
We're at halftime at Delta High School, and this one has been all Eagles so far. Delta leading at the intermission by a score of 33-21. This was a 21-6 game at the end of the first quarter. Delta has led the entire way, by the way. They started the game with a 15-0 run to build that huge early lead, but they've chipped away on the other side of the scoreboard, has South Adams, to get their way closer to being back in the game. 33-21 at halftime. Delta with a 12-point second quarter. South Adams with a 15-point second quarter. Briefly looking at the statistics in the first half, South Adams really had trouble. 10 turnovers. Delta only turned it over twice. We look at the scoring for South Adams. They've scored 21 points, and 12 of those belong to Grant Besser, who did not start. He normally does. Came off the bench to hit 4 trays. Boom, 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 boom for his dozen points. Look down at the rest of the score sheet. 2 points for Brandon Newman. None for David Musselman, who started but didn't score. 2 for Cody Fike, their leading scorer, came in averaging 13. He's got a deuce to show for his first half, both free throws. James Arnold scored 2 points. Spencer Clark started, did not score. Victor Vasquez came off the bench, didn't score. We've mentioned Besser and his dozen off the bench. Lars Inkbrone scored the other 3 and came off the bench and got a bucket and 1 out of 2 at the line for his 3 points, and their total of 21. Delta got a monster night, monster first half anyway, out of Brady Hunt. He was hot from the moment he shot the first 3 and swished it. 15 points in the first half for Brady Hunt. He averages about half that The rest of the score sheet for Delta: 2 for Zach Garner, 10 for Josh Bryan, 5 for Tyler Wilburn. Josh Greenberg started but did not score. Wesley Wooden came off the bench to score a point on 1 out of 2 at the free throw line. Came off the bench, didn't score. Same story for Peyton Lehman, who came off the bench, didn't score. There's your total for Delta at halftime of 33. So, what did I say in the pregame about guys like Greenberg and Hunt? They can get double their average when you need them to or when the situation presents itself. It made me look good again. Brady Hunt with 15 points at halftime. And oh, by the way, just a freshman. Clap, 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 clap. We'll take another timeout. Be back to set up the second half for you after this break on Beaver Media and the Delco Preps channel. Don't go away.
He worked out early, practiced late, and studied well into the night. The next day, he did it all over again.
She missed time hanging out and socializing with friends so she could make it on time to practices and games.
He became a top student and a confident leader, even as he helped his team win back-to-back conference titles.
She became a role model in her community, even as she led her team to an undefeated season.
And when they finished playing high school sports, what did they do next?
She graduated from college with honors and went to work for a successful company.
He attended graduate school and became a difference maker in his community.
Because that's what student athletes in Indiana do. They use the skills they develop playing high school sports today
to do even bigger things in life tomorrow.
High school sports.
A winning part of a complete education.
This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
From Jamestown to Jonesville, from North Salem to South Milford, from River Forest to Grass Creek. No matter where you live in Indiana, you can enjoy high school sports coverage at its very best on the IHSAA Champions Network, presented by Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance. It's 35 powerhouse radio stations, Fox Sports Indiana, and the World Wide Web, combining their vast resources to blanket the state, the Midwest, and the world with the purest, most riveting presentation of high school sports in America. From Anderson to Attica, Kendallville to Kokomo, follow the high school sports that make our state great all season long. Thank you, Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance, and welcome home.
We're back at Delta High School. The two teams back out of the locker rooms and ready for second half action. Your nightly fashion report. Delta wearing the home whites tonight with yellow lettering and navy blue trim. Firefighters of South Adams wearing black uniforms with gold lettering and accents. And it appears no trim, so take that. That's your Mr. Blackwell fashion report. And for you young ones, who's Mr. Blackwell? Ask Siri or Google it or YouTube it. It'll make sense after that. So we'll see if South Adams has another run in them to really get back in this game, trailing 33-21. As I said, Delta led 15-0 in the first quarter. They had a 21-3 lead at one point. But from that point on, the Starfires actually outscored Delta 18-12 to fight their way back in the game. And they had it down to 9 points at 25-16 at one point. So if the Starfires keep getting Grant Besser open looks for three from the right wing, left-handed, they could get right back in this one. Delta is going to have to figure out how to keep better track of Mr. Besser. We're about set to go. Teams are on the floor. Delta will inbound to start the third quarter, leading by a dozen. Here comes Zach Garner, left-hand dribble. Pressure now, half-court trap put on by the Starfires. High post to Wilburn. Drives it to the elbow. Kicks to the corner. Greenberg. Far side pass for Bryan. Works it out of Garner. Back to Greenberg now on the baseline to Wilburn. Had it knocked away. Got it right back. Delta keeps the possession. Corner ball. Three. Up and good. Josh Bryan. 13 points in the game. one. Harder to start better than that if you're Delta. Leading by 15 again. Starfires on the other end of the floor now at the opposite end. A little turnaround 8-footer up and good. Nice shot by Cody Fike. Give him 4 in the game. 36-23 contest. Delta attacking the basket here on my end of the floor. They're about 20 feet under me and about 30 feet to my left. Out on top is Garner. High post pass to Bryan. Turns, one dribble, picks it up. They swing it here on the near side wing to Garner. Back out on top to Wilburn. Man-to-man this trip by the Starfires. Jump stop in the paint. Kick back to the corner now on the wing. Hunt back to the corner. Greenberg thought about 3. They go out on top to Greenberg instead. Now to Bryan. Bryan gives it off to Garner. Right back to Josh, and he fires a 3. No good, but he got his own. Up off the glass, blocked away by Int Grown. Rebound, Delta. They'll get a third try, and now it's knocked away, and they turn it over. Fast break to the other end. Starfires have it knocked away, and I think we're going to have a common foul before Int Grown could take the shot up. So a little helter-skelter there. The foul is going to be on Delta. It'll be a common foul, and it's going to go on Zach Garner. Second foul for Zach. First of the second half by either team, and with 6:24 to go, here's a little inbound pass, and the shot is blown. Fike had an easy look, couldn't get it in. Here comes Greenberg to the paint. Out on the wing. Hunt now gives it to baseline drive time by Garner. They swing it. Nice ball movement by Delta. Out on the wing. Wilburn drives to the free throw line. Leaves it for Hunt. Double team here on the near corner. Greenberg gets it back to Hunt. He'll fire a 3 off the front iron. No good. Rebound by Fike for South Adams. 5:55 to go third quarter. 36-23. Delta out in front. Starfires need a run. Clark. Big, beefy fire hydrant kind of player, drives to the baseline, loses the handle out of bounds. It's a turnover by South Adams, their 11th of the game. And Delta will substitute right off the top here as Greenberg comes out, and Sam Cox will come in the game for him. Delta with the ball and that 13-point lead. Cox has it out on top. Works it on the wing far side for Garner. Right back to Cox. He'll use a screen. Now leave it far side for Hunt. Hunt picks up his dribble. Gets it to Cox. Back out to Hunt. Jab step. Drives. Back out to Cox. Lost the handle, but got it back. Kept it from going out of bounds. Good possession by Delta as they're meticulous here about getting the best shot they can. Spin move. Garner off the glass. Good. Will they count the goal? He's fouled in the act of shooting. They do count the goal on a pretty move by Zach Garner. He'll have a chance at a 3-point play. Nice spin move. What'd I say about getting that good shot? They did. The foul goes on James Arnold of South Adams. His first. And at the stripe, Zach Garner off the front rim. No good. Rebound, Starfires. A whistle and a player on the deck. And we've got a foul call against Delta. It's going to be on Tyler Wilburn. His first, second on the Eagles here in the second half. And Delta showing some three-quarter court pressure here. Man-to-man, let's see if they trap, or at least try to. Arnold has it. Starfires got to hurry. They're looking at a 10 count if they don't get moving. They want a 10 count. Delta doesn't get it. Starfires just beat the clock. Three-pointer on the other end. No good by Clark. Long rebound. Here comes Delta on the break. Garner, lob pass on the run. Beautiful lay-in. Josh Bryan caught it in midair, put it in off the glass. 40-23. Delta out in front, and they go to pressure again. Thrown away by the Starfires. Here comes Delta the other way. Fake three-pointer. Now top. Now here on the near wing to Cox. Who'll drive to the free throw line. Fires on the run. Got it. Sam Cox knocks down the deuce, and it's 42-23. Delta by 19 midway through the third quarter. Their pressure fits. Nice long lead pass. Laid in all alone. The basket will go to Int Grown, but it was made possible on a beautiful assist. About a 60-footer by Cody Fike to make it 42-25. Delta on the attack here on the near end. Out on top, Bryan gets it to Cox. Cox across the way to Garner. Zach says, come give me a pick. Now he directs traffic holding the ball. Does Zach Garner. Quarterback on the football team. Left-hand dribble out between the rings. Now he'll take it right. Gives it off on a drive by Wooden. Out on top. Hunt drives, fires, can't get it. Rebound comes down. 3 guys on the ground. Starfires have the rebound in the ball. They go to the other end with it. Shot on the run, blocked. But we're going to have a foul. Wesley Wooden must have gotten him with the lower body because he got the shot clean on top. Wesley is going to take the foul. First one on Wes. And with 3:23 to go in the third quarter, it's free throw time by James Arnold. Right-hander fires, and he nails the first one. Give him his third point of the night. He'll shoot another one. That makes it 42-26. Arnold will get a second free throw. Hunt checks out for Delta, by the way, during the time between free throws. Second one also good by James Arnold. 4 points in the game for him. It's 42-27. Delta in front. Quickly to the other end. Nice move on the glass to put it up. Fouled in the act of shooting. That time is Chase Gardner. So a lot of guys getting playing time tonight. It'll be free throws for Gardner. The foul against South Adams. Free throw coming. First of 2. It's good. (43-27). Foul, by the way, was on Int Groen, his third. Second free throw is off the glass. No good. Battle leaves the ball out of bounds near the Delta bench. And it'll go to the Starfires. So we've had some wholesale changes at the scorer's table tonight. It's been like a checkout counter at a hotel at noon. Delta with backcourt pressure. Starfires do just get it inbounds in time, and they beat the press this time. To the other end on the run in the lane. 8-footer up, no good by Fike. Rebound is fought for, knocked out of bounds under the basket. It stays with South Adams. Got a buzzer. A new Delta player will check in. It's Greenberg checking in for Gardner. You hear the nice hand for Zach as he comes out of the game. Inbounds play just to the right of the basket along the key on the other end of the floor for the Starfires. Arnold needs help. Finally does, bringing it deep in the forecourt for Besser. Mr. Three-pointer. Uses a screen, leaves it back out on top for Arnold. Arnold dribbles to his right, now back to his left. Cut off at the free throw line. Good defense by Delta. We're at 2:45 of the third quarter, 43-27. Delta a 16-point leader. Far corner. Arnold has it, guarded closely, looking for a cutter, can't find one. He'll dribble to the baseline, spin move to the glass. He leaves it in the paint. Jumper up, no good that time. Starfires couldn't get it to go down. Rebound Delta on the miss by Brandon Newman. Eagles will slow it down, leading by 16 here. Greenberg has it out near the timeline across the wing in the forward court. Left-hand dribble, now brings it near side. Cox with it. Cox looks for a high pick and roll, gets it to the corner, and Greenberg out on top between the rings to Wooden, now far side for Cox. Tries to feed low post, threw it away. Turnover by Delta. Starfires have it. They come down quickly to Vasquez. Thought about a three, thought better of it. Newman has it. Cross-court pass to Arnold. He'll fire a three. Can't get it on the air ball. Delta board. Here comes Cox, coast to coast. Leaves it right side for Wooden. Back to Cox. Cox running the point. Works it near corner. 3-ball up. 3-ball rattles out by Greenberg. Rebound by Starfires center, Cody Fike. We're under a minute and a half to go third quarter. We've been stuck on 43-27 Delta for a couple minutes. Starfires on the attack. Double team in the paint. Shot forced up anyway, and it's blocked away. Josh Bryan just took the lunch money of Cody Fike, but the Starfires will catch a break and keep the ball on their end. Another baseline inbounds play. They've run about 8 of these tonight. Bounce pass comes in. It's thrown away. Here comes Delta with the freebie. Pass on the wing. Layup off the glass. Good. Wes Wooden with his first bucket. He has 3. It's 45-27. Delta out in front, a minute to go, third quarter. This could turn into a blowout. Nice low post feed. Vasquez got it inside to Newman, who banked it up and got it to make it 45-29. Delta out in front. Eagles will creep it across the timeline with that 18-point lead. Now coming out to guard him high is Arnold. Clock down to 35. This is Greenberg working on him. Shake and bake move. Pass far side to Cox with under 30 to go. Cox gives it right back to Greenberg. Now guarded very closely by Arnold. Greenberg between the legs dribble. Takes it to the paint. Stops at the free throw line. Good decision. Coach Detweiler watching intently. Says, one shot here, fellas. Clock down to 10. They're going to run a 1-4 ISO out on top for Greenberg. Leaves it far wing for the drive by Bryan. A whistle, and he got bumped before he could shoot with 4 seconds to go in the quarter. South Adams foul is a common foul. We'll see who they tag it with. We'll catch up on that momentarily. Delta inbounds the ball with 4 seconds to go. Comes into the corner. Three-pointer blocked away. It'll go out of bounds and stop the clock again. Cox tried to get the 3 off. Couldn't do it. The rebound came down. Detweiler says, is it our ball? The official says, nope. Goes to the Starfires with 0.7 of a second to go. They've got an inbound at 84 feet away. Catch and shoot time. Arnold does catch it. His shot is blocked by Wesley Wooden, and the period comes to an end. We've played 3 quarters at Delta High School. It's been all Eagles so far. We go to the stop. Delta 45. South Adams 29. Back with the fourth quarter after this on Beaver Media and the Delco Preps channel. Don't go away.
A wintry Friday night. A packed gymnasium in a tight-knit community. A shot taken. History made. A state of delirium? No. The state of Indiana. High school sports. Pure spirit. Pure sport. Pure Indiana. This message brought to you by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the high schools in your community.
Brian Beaver back with you from Delta High School. We go to the fourth quarter in this one. It's Delta way out in front of South Adams, 45-29. Good defensive period for Delta, holding the Starfires to 8 points in that quarter. 12 points scored by Delta, and they have expanded that lead now again to a big one at 16 points. What a night so far. Offensively for Delta, Josh Bryan with 15, Brady Hunt with 15. They've really played well offensively tonight. The offense for the Starfires largely belongs to Grant Besser, who has 4 triples for 12 points. Starfires will have the ball to open the fourth quarter on the far end of this floor. They'll attack Delta, looking for a good shot. Skip past to Vasquez near wing, right back to the other wing, to a teammate who can't get anything going. That was Musselman. Now out on top, Arnold. A drive, a steal. Delta off the turnover, 2-on-1 fast break. Coming to the other end, beautiful lay-in, rolls out! Garner had it 2/3 of the way down. It spun off the rim and went all the way around for the miss. That close. Still 45-29. Don't see many roll out like that one. Here's a low post pass. Ball thrown away, but a common foul against Delta. See who they give the offense to. It's going to be on number 3, Zach Garner. Zach has his 3rd foul. It's another baseline inbound play for the Starfires. Comes into Vasquez. He fires a three, and he nails it from the left corner. Victor Vasquez is off the schneid with his first 3 points of the night. It's 45-32, and boy, a hard fall coming to the other end. Zach Garner was going 100 miles an hour to the goal, and he got fouled on the way. Common foul. Fourth team foul on South Adams. The personal goes on Arnold. He has 2, and Delta will inbound the ball across the way. A minute into the fourth quarter. Greenberg brings it into Garner. Vasquez will pick Garner up at the timeline. Garner with that low creeping dribble left to right between his legs. Gets a high screen. Garner says, I can't use it. Moves it to the corner to Greenberg. He'll dribble to the top of the key. On the wing. Hunt looks inside. Brings it back out. Greenberg takes it down the paint. Stops. Fires. Can't get the reverse layup up the glass. Vasquez with the board for South Adams. Starfires got to start thinking about a lot of offense. Corner of the key jumper is no good by Arnold. Rebound Delta. Here comes the break. They'll slow it down. Good idea by Zach Garner to just slow it up. They did not have an advantage. Garner, high post to Hunt. Hasn't scored in the second half. He'll get it back. Fires a three. It's up. It's good. How about that for the kiss of death? We've got a whistle and a timeout off the make by Brady Hunt. We're going to keep it right here. Usually it works the other way. The kiss of death, they miss it, but he buried that three from the corner right in front of me. And it's 48-32. We got a timeout. We're going to keep it right here. 6:08 to go in the fourth quarter. Delta comfortably in front, 48-32. Boy, I'll tell you what, Brady Hunt has had himself a night. 4 3-pointers, 18 points. He's the game's leading scorer. Josh Bryan right behind him at 15. And on the other side of the ledger, the only guy in double figures for the Starfires is Grant Besser, who had 4 triples in the first half as a substitute off the bench. Did not start the game. So we've answered a few questions here with 6:08 to go in the fourth quarter. Would Delta shake off a loss last night at New Pal? Answer to that one is yep. Are they playing better defense? Answer to that one is probably. They're at 32 on the defensive allowed so far. And Starfires would have to score 28 more points to get to 60, and Delta has given up 60-plus the last 2 games. So they're probably going to leave tonight with a win and holding their opponent under 60, but a long way to go. Let's see what happens. Starfires have it in bounds. They'll attack in the forecourt. Arnold out on top. Dribbling and defended closely by Greenberg. Up now on the handoff dribble to Musselman. Vasquez has it now. Now way out near the timeline to Arnold. Delta with a sticky man-to-man defense here. Arnold dribbles left, cut off. Looks for a pass. Can't get it. Threw it away in the paint. 15th turnover by the Starfires. Delta has another possession, leading by 16. Zach Garner brings it to the wing. Looks for a high screen. Has it knocked away by Vasquez. Got it backed up. Now on the wing to Bryan. Fouled in the corner on the dribble. That'll belong to Brandon Newman. Newman, if you watch Seinfeld. Second foul on Newman. 5th on the Starfires. 14 fouls in comparison for Delta with 5:26 left in the game. Delta can put it away here. They can score in a couple possessions in a row, leading 48-32. Out on top, picked up his dribble. Delta drives it to the paint. Greenberg had it knocked away, and I think it's going to be off of him out of bounds for a Delta turnover. Nope, it's going to be a foul. A charging foul on Josh Bryan. One disadvantage to broadcasting here is they go under you, and you can't tell where they are or what happened briefly. So the player control foul is the 3rd turnover of the second half and the 5th of the game by Delta. They played a clean game. Ball thrown away on the other end. The opposite of a clean game by the Starfires. They've turned it over, gacked it 16 times. We still have 5 minutes to go. Here's a drive off the glass. Good. Beautiful move and lay-in by Zach Garner. 6 points in the game, 50-32. Delta leading. On the other end, a shot off the glass that won't go and a foul. Going to be free throw time for the Starfires. Zach Garner picks up the foul. He has 4. He's in trouble. And at the free throw line, shooting a pair, is David Musselman. And he missed the first one. Garner will check out. Cox will go back in the game in his place. Next played a nice floor game tonight. And 6 points for him. Next free throw by Musselman is good. He got 1 out of 2. He's off the schneid himself with a point. 50-33. Delta leading. Wide open on the baseline. Shot is up. It's no good, but fouled in the act of shooting is Delta's Tyler Wilburn. Foul belongs to James Arnold. He has 3. Both teams with 6 team fouls, and the first free throw is up and good by Wilburn. Tyler will have another one. His 6th point makes it 51-33. Let's see if he can get them both. It's on the way. Nothing but net. Well done by Tyler. He buries both of them to make it a 52-33 game to lead back to 19 with 4:30 to go in the game. Starfires need about a 10-point run. Here's a drive. Shot off the glass. Wouldn't go for Arnold. Rebound comes down to Newman of South Adams. He tries to feed the low post. It's knocked away out of bounds. Good hands on defense by Josh Bryan. Another baseline inbound play by the Starfires. You go back over the video of this game, I'll bet they've run 10 or 12 maybe inbounds plays along the baseline in the forecourt. Comes in. This is Besser behind a screen for 3. This one won't go. Rebound battle comes down to Delta. The board belongs to Wilburn, and the ball now belongs to Greenberg. We'll bring it across the timeline all the way to the free throw line. Still going baseline. Lays it up good. Beautiful move by Josh Greenberg. That's his first bucket in the game. And it's 54-33. On the other end, the runner won't go down for South Adams. Just tough luck that time by Musselman. And Delta has the ball leading 54-33. And now we've got a whistle on the baseline away from the ball. That's going to be a common foul, but it'll send Delta into the bonus. Foul is on David Musselman of South Adams. That's his first foul, but again, the 7th on the team, and it'll be 1-and-1 time the rest of the way, at least until we get to 10 fouls. Delta will go to the line with Brady Hunt up there to take his first shot at the line, and he hits it. So he'll get the next one. 19-point night for Mr. Hunt. Make it 2 out of 2 on that trip and a 20-point game for Brady Hunt. And it's 56-33. On the other end, a nice layup off the glass. Up and good by Musselman, who managed to get free on the baseline. It's 56-35. Delta in front. Here's a drive. Layup off the glass. Left hand beauty. Josh Bryan. 17 points in the game. 58-35 Eagles. On the other end, there's a baseline runner. It spins around twice and goes down for James Arnold. He's got 6 in the game. 58-37. Eagles quickly to the other end. Here's a shot off the glass. Good. Will the bucket count, or is it going to be a charge? Josh Bryan buries another one on the run. It's going to be a good field goal for Josh Bryan. 19 points in the game for him, and the foul is against South Adams. It goes against David Musselman. So a chance for an and one edition of a 3-point play. Josh Bryan looking for his 20th point. He just found it. Buries the freebie and Delta's lead goes to 61-37. 2:58 to go, fourth quarter. It's turned into a blowout now. Here's a drive to the baseline. Starfires couldn't get a shot. Arnold in the paint, forces it up, no good. Rebound fought for, loose on the floor, picked up by the Starfires. Now a scrum again, and we've got a loose ball foul in the middle of all that against Delta. 1 in bonus time now for the Starfires. They're going to call Josh Greenberg for the foul. That's 2 on Josh. And now both teams in the bonus, and you hear a nice hand for Josh Bryan as he comes out of the game, probably for the final time, with a 20-point night under his belt. On the other end, the free throw. By David Musselman. And he knocks it down to make it 61-38. His 4th point of the game, by the way. He'll get the other end on the bonus. Fires couldn't get it. Rebound comes down to Hunt for Delta. They'll work it down the floor quickly. 2:40 to go in the game. Delta's going to win this one. They lead 61-38. Hunt has it out near the timeline, just across the midcourt stripe. Here's a hold against the Starfires on a cross-court pass to Cox. We'll shoot another 1 in bonus. Musselman with his 3rd foul for the Starfires. And going to the line, Brady Hunt. He'll shoot 1 and 1. 20 points in the game for Brady Hunt. You hear the hand as Wesley Wooden checks out for Delta. So they're pretty much going to clear the bench tonight for Delta. But at the line is Hunt, 1 and 1. Rattles the first one out, no good. Down the other end, Starfires trailing by 23. There's a shot forced up and a turnaround beauty by Arnold. Arnold with his 8th point of the game to make it 61-40. Starfires pressuring, but Delta beats it easily. Hunt back out on top now, near side wing. Thought about a 3. Back out on top to Cox. Cox over to Hunt, far side. Guarded closely. He'll drive it. He's fouled. It's going to be double bonus time for the Eagles. Foul against South Adams. It's going to be on one of their replacements, number 50. That's Nick Miller. And back to the free throw line. Hunt gets the first one to crawl in. 21 points tonight for Brady Hunt. 62-40 game. Let's see if he gets them both. This one won't go. 1 out of 2 trip that time for Hunt. And on the other end, Starfires trailing by 22 with a minute 50 to go in the game. Have it in the hands of Clark. Now on top to Arnold. Bunch of reserves in the game for Delta. We'll try to get you some names as we go along. Arnold drives it, turns it over. Here comes Delta quickly down the floor. We'll see if they just run their stuff and are content to get out of here with a win. Here's a turnover on the other end by Delta. Now a scrum and a loose ball on the floor and a whistle and a push foul against South Adams. Going to be free throw time at the other end. Spencer Clark picks up the foul. And on the other end, Delta shoots free throws. Peyton Lehman in there, and he'll get another one after he made the first one. This is double bonus time. 63-40, Delta out in front. Lehman with another. Fires. Out no good. It wouldn't go. So here we go to the other end on a 1 out of 2 trip for Lehman and a 63-40 Delta lead with $1:23 to go in the game. Starfires throw it away again. Delta comes away with another turnover, and a triple team Delta player is fouled. And we'll walk down here and shoot more free throws, just what we need with 1:15 to go. Wow. The foul is going to belong of South Adams, and free throw time at the other end by Dalen Case. And he gets it to rattle in. It hit the back iron, went up, hit the glass, and went in. His teammates give him some static. He got the first one to make it 64-40. Second one wouldn't go. So I'll have to explain that in the locker room. Final minute, 12 to go. Free for a three again is Besser. This time no good. Now out on the arc again. This time Sparks can't get it. Here's a shot down low, rejected by Case, but it's going to be free throw time with 1:01 left. Delta picks up a garbage foul. This one's going to be on Case. And you know what that means. Free throw time. First one on the way by Besser. And he missed it. Wow. If there's one thing the teams haven't done very well tonight, it's shoot free throws. Next one goes down for Besser. 13 points for him tonight. And it's 64-41. We'll see if Delta's content to just dribble this out with 50 seconds to go. Nope, feed to the baseline, a beautiful cut, and a bucket for Nate Sutherland. He's on the board, 66-41. Delta out in front with 40 seconds to go. Arnold, corner of the key jumper, won't go for the Starfires. They got the rebound. The shot forced up, wouldn't go, but it's going to be free throw time for the Starfires. On a move inside by Nick Miller. Case with a foul. He has two rather quick ones. And on the other end, free throw time for Miller. Missed the first. He'll get another. Miller, just a freshman. 6'4". We'll have him for 3 more years. He's got another free throw on the way. Missed them both. Rebound by Delta. 30 seconds left in the game. 66-41 Eagles. Here on the near wing. Now out on top. A little bump on the dribble move that time for Delta. As Nate Sutherland handled the ball, and Nate's going to go to the stripe. He'll shoot a pair. Nate looks for the first one. Can't get it. 2-point night for Nate off the bench with 22 seconds remaining in the game. Delta's going to pick up its 9th win of the year. Sutherland would like to get 1 out of 2 on this trip, and he does. 3 points for Sutherland. 67-41. Starfires have 15 seconds before they go get a towel and get on the bus. Long three. Trickles the bottom of the net. Besser barely got it there. It's out of bounds to Delta with 10.6 seconds left in the game. South Adams will pressure in the backcourt, trailing 67-41. Here comes Delta. Cox gets it to Case. Now to Sutherland. Now in the near corner. 3 ball on the way. No good. You hear the groan. Ethan Shreve got a chance to put it in the scoring column and just missed the triple. The game comes to a glorious end, and Delta has picked up its 9th win of the year. The final score in this one, Delta 67, South Adams 41. Blowout win. The doctor's prescription comes due, and just what the doctor ordered for Delta. They win this one going away. We'll take a break with you. Back to recap it on the quick post-game show on Beaver Media and the Delco Preps channel. You stay right there.
A crisp October evening. A stadium filled with fans. A pass-through. A journey completed. State of euphoria? No. The state of Indiana. High school sports. Pure spirit. Pure sport. Pure Indiana. This message brought to you by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the high schools in your community.
From Jamestown to Jonesville, from North Salem to South Milford, from River Forest to Grass Creek. No matter where you live in Indiana, you can enjoy high school sports coverage at its very best on the IHSAA Champions Network, presented by Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance. It's 35 powerhouse radio stations, Fox Sports Indiana, and the World Wide Web, combining their vast resources to blanket the state, the Midwest, and the world with the purest, most riveting presentation of high school sports in America. From Anderson to Attica, Kendallville to Kokomo, follow the high school sports that make our state great all season long. Thank you, Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance, and welcome home.
Hey, honey, is this your course schedule for the fall?
Yep.
Let me see here. English, good. Chemistry, trigonometry, excellent. World history, I love world history. Baseball, wait, baseball? Baseball isn't a course, honey.
Well, sure it is, Mom. High school sports are about so much more than winning and losing. They teach lessons that can't be taught in a classroom, like accountability and self-discipline, the value of teamwork. I may not be earning a grade, but I'm learning how to compete later in life. Isn't that what getting a good education is all about?
Yes, of course it is. I was just testing you.
What can teenagers here in Indiana learn from participating in high school sports? Plenty, as it turns out. That's why they're called education-based athletics.
High school sports. There's so much more than just a game.
This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
There's still a place. There's still a place where performance is enhanced by extra effort, not by performance-enhancing drugs. There's still a place where contracts are between coaches and players, and the terms are non-negotiable. There's still a place where an edge is something you gain by working harder than your opponent. There's still a place where sport is pure. That place is the high school in your community. At the Indiana High School Athletic Association, we believe that while competition can be fierce, it doesn't change the fact that it's only a game. The goal may be to win, but the point is to have fun. And if you want to be reminded of just how great sports can be when they're played the right way, then the place to be is at a high school sporting event in your community. High school sports, pure spirit, pure sport, pure Indiana. This message made possible by the IHSAA and the high schools in this community. There's just one place where students are students first, and athletics are played with purpose and perspective. There's just one place where a team is more than a group of individual agendas. It's a catalyst for demonstrating the potential of the collaborative spirit. There's just one place where players, coaches, and fans experience the exhilaration that happens when an entire community rallies behind the school team. That place is your local high school. High school sports offer more than the joy of competition. Student athletes are more likely to enjoy greater levels of achievement in other areas of their lives, including academics. In addition, high school sports help young people in Indiana develop the discipline and confidence they need to be leaders in life, even as they unite communities like nothing else. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education. This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Welcome back to the post-game show. Delta wins this one going away tonight by a final score of 67-41. Some kind of performance tonight by Delta as they bounce back from last night's 15-point loss on the road to New Pal, and they come roaring out tonight and they win by 26 over South Adams. 67-41. I think I know what the groan was about on the last shot by Shreve. Every player who went in the game tonight for Delta scored except for Shreve. And he was hoping maybe the bench was maybe to get him on the mark and get all 12 players in the scoring column. 11 of them got there. And that's not a bad way to go when you're coming off a loss like Delta was tonight. We'll catch up on the scoring momentarily, but to tell you the important stuff, South Adams with the loss moves to 3-6 on the season. Delta with the win moves to 9-2 and starts a new win streak, hopefully for them. But they led from start to finish tonight. There were no ties in this game. It was all Delta from the start. How much from the start? 15-0 to open the game was the Delta run. And they won this one going away tonight in quite a show of offensive capability tonight by Delta with a pair of 20-point scores. Let's catch you up on the individual scoring. First for South Adams tonight, their leading scorer in the game was Grant Besser, who scored 13 points, but the upshot is he only got one after halftime. He scored 12 points off the bench in the first half on 4 3-pointers, but Delta did a good job of shutting him off like tap water in the second half. Other scoring for the Starfires: 4. David Musselman with 4. Cody Fike with 4. James Arnold with 8. Spencer Clark didn't score. Victor Vasquez hit a second half triple for his 3 points. We told you about Besser's 13. Lars Groen, the young man from the Netherlands, scored 5 points in the game. Nick Miller played but did not score for Trent Lehman's ball club. For Delta, a couple of healthy scoring nights. Brady Hunt unofficially with 21 points in the contest. He had 15 at halftime. 20 points for Josh Bryan, who played a really solid game, 10 in the first half, 10 in the second half. Hard to be more consistent than that. Other scoring for Delta: Zach Garner with a nice floor game and 6 points to show for it. Tyler Wilburn, 7 points. Josh Greenberg with 2. Wesley Wooden with 3 points off the bench. Nate Sutherland with 3 off the bench. Peyton Lehman with 1. Sam Cox with 2. Chase Gardner with 1. Dalen Case with 1. Ethan Shreve played but didn't get a point, so he's the only guy with the bagel in the book tonight for Mark Detweiler's Delta Eagles, who again moved to 9-2 on the season overall. And time now for really important stuff, the Delaware County Tournament. And that's Delta's next assignment. And right here at home, as the entire boys county tournament is played here at Delta High School. So that ought to be a lot of fun. If you're around the area this week, get out and support not just the guys but the girls in the county tournament. The county tournament for the girls, the first 2 rounds are at Yorktown. The final is here at Delta. All the rounds for the boys are here at Delta. So get out, good ticket, cheap price. What better way to support the youth and the leaders of tomorrow by going out and yelling your lungs out to show them you give a darn about what they're doing on the basketball court and in life in general. So into that sermon. Final score for the final time tonight. Blowout win for Delta. The Eagles take down South Adams 67-41. For all of us at Beaver Media, I'm Brian Beaver. Be along for the ride next time. We'll let you know what the next game is going to be on my Twitter feed this week. Follow me if you haven't already on Twitter. The handle is at Delco Preps. Until then, we'll see you later. Have a great night. Nice job tonight by the Eagles. They win 67-41. We'll see you later, everybody.